Sir, my concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. How many legs does a dog have if you call his tail a leg? 4. Saying that a tail is a leg doesn't make it a leg. Character is like a tree and reputation like a shadow. The shadow is what we think of it. The tree is the real thing. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea, but if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of earth. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. Marriage is neither heaven nor hell, it is simply purgatory. I remember my mother's prayers, and they have always followed me. They have clung to me all my life. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. Surely God would not have created such a being as man, with an ability to grasp the infinite, to exist only for a day. No, man was made for immortality. Labor is prior to and independent of capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor, and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital, and deserves much the higher consideration. Discourage litigation. Persuade your neighbors to compromise whenever you can. As a peacemaker, the lawyer has superior opportunity of being a good man. There will still be business enough. I don't know who my grandfather was. I am much more concerned to know what his grandson will be. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under the rule of a just God, cannot long retain it. Stand with anybody that stands right. Stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. The things I want to know are in books. My best friend is the man who'll get me a book I ain't read. When you have got an elephant by the hind legs and he is trying to run away, it's best to let him run. I care not much for a man's religion whose dog and cat are not the better for it. Towering genius disdains a beaten path. It seeks regions hitherto unexplored. If once you forfeit the confidence of your fellow citizens, you can never regain their respect and esteem. I have great respect for the semicolon. It is a mighty handy little fellow. If we could first know where we are, and whither we are tending, we could then better judge what to do, and how to do it. These men ask for just the same thing, fairness, and fairness only. This, so far as in my power, they, and all others, shall have. With the fearful strain that is on me night and day, if I did not laugh I should die. Let's have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. The way for a young man to rise is to improve himself in every way he can, never suspecting that anybody wishes to hinder him.